Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well out there. Hope your week's going great. And I want to first start off and say Happy New Year's, guys. It is a brand new year. It's 2025, and I know a lot of us, including myself, have goals we want to achieve this year, have some New Year's resolutions, and just in just in the past couple days, I've gotten over 20, at least 20 comments from people, saying, hey, I stumbled across your video. I'm also in kind of the same position. I'm stuck at a job that I, really do not like. I've been wanting a change for a very long time. And, this is it, guys. This is the year that we need to change and make, changes in our life to improve our lives for a better future. And a lot of you guys have said, hey, I'm interested in getting my CDL. And I'm so happy for you guys to embark on this journey. But before you do, I wanted to make a video about the things that I, asked myself and I really considered before just jumping in the trucking industry. You don't want to just jump into trucking, guys. And you guys are going to meet, a lot of truckers in the industry, and you have some saying, hey, I've been driving for a few years. I've, got all my endorsements, my hazmat, my doubles and triples, my tankers. I'm making well over 6 figures, and truck driving has been an absolute blessing. And then you're going to run into other people that say, stay far, far away from trucking, guys. It is a nightmare. The industry isn't what it used to be, and just stay far away. It's a nightmare. And all these companies, all they want to do is run you to the ground. And I really want you guys to, watch this video, kind of ask yourself the same questions I did, because I don't want you guys to waste your time and then get into the trucking industry and, waste a year or two and say, man, what did I do? I wasted all this money. And I don't want you guys to be the guys, the truck drivers that absolutely hate it. And so the first thing that you need to consider if you want to be a truck driver, it's pretty obvious. What are you going to be doing for the majority of the day? Now, that's driving. So you have to ask yourself, do you like to drive? Is it something that you enjoy, even at the slightest? So literally all day you will be behind the wheel, 2 hands on the wheel, driving from one location to another location to then another location. You will literally be driving all day. So just imagine, a city about 3 to 4 hours away from where you're currently at. So, for example, if you live in Austin, Houston's about 3.5, 4 hours away. Imagine every single day you're going to be driving from Austin to Houston and back. Then the next day you're going to be driving there and back. Is that something that you could do day in and day out? Because if the answer is no, then stay away from trucking. All you're going to do is just get into another career that you are going to be miserable at. It might be fun and exciting in the beginning, but, after a month, truck driving is extremely stressful. And I just want to say, these are the questions that I asked myself, and I absolutely love being a truck driver. And the main reason is because I absolutely love to drive. I'm the guy that, where if I'm going through a rough patch in life, if I'm angry or upset, or, I remember the last time a family member died, first thing I do is just get in my pickup truck, put on some good music, and I'll just drive, 30, 45 minutes. It always, clears my mind, brings me peace, brings me joy. And, I think that's one of the main reasons why I love, what I'm currently doing. And as a truck driver, guys, you have to be patient. Are you patient? Because there's so many times where, I don't know if you saw my video where I do a trailer swap. And if you saw that video, you saw my 53-foot trailer just full of glass. I'm talking crates. It's around 16,000 pounds, and there were crates. I 15 to 20 crates, and some of the crates are as tall as I am, over 6 feet tall. And when you make turns, you have to go super slow, because if you go a little too fast, that momentum is going to cause some of the crates to fall down. And the last thing you want to do is tip over really valuable items. And because you have to go slow, man, I've had so many people, tailgate me. They'll come right behind me, start flashing their blinkers at me, just letting them know that they're very unhappy with what I'm doing. Some people will drive right next to me, kind of throw up their arms like, what the heck are you doing, you idiot? Of course, you get flicked off. And guys, you have to be patient. And if you're somebody that gets angry when people are aggressive towards you and you can't let it go, then truck driving is definitely not for you guys. I get cut off every single day, it seems like. I get upset drivers because I'm driving slow. When I had the glass, when I'm hauling glass or anything valuable, I have to take it long distances sometimes. Sometimes I have to drive an hour, 2 hours to get it to the final destination. And yes, I'm driving slow and making slow turns. So can you guys imagine how many times people get upset at me? So once again, guys, if you're not patient, you're not calm, you're not relaxed, and you let things get to you, truck driving is definitely not for you. All right, so next, talked about that. Okay, so outdoors. Do you like being outdoors? Because it does not matter if it's snowing outside, if it's bright and sunny, or it's 19 degrees outside. You guys, if you're a truck driver, you will be outside every single day. And every day, you start off with a pre-trip inspection. That's where you're outside, walking around the truck. You're checking the lights, the tires, the engine bay. You're getting inside the trailer, making sure it's clean. So you will be outside. So how do you handle it? Do you like being outside? How do you handle being in extreme temperatures? Living here in Seattle, Washington, it literally rained 2 weeks in a row. I'm filming this video right now because finally we got some sun. Once again, how do you guys feel about working in the rain? Right now, I have an easier job where I'm not as outside the truck as much. But when I started, I was working for a beverage company. And boy, let me tell you what, you are outside literally all day. I remember it rained. I got rained on so much that the rain jacket that I was wearing, water started seeping through. And if you guys don't like being outside in the snow, yes, you will drive in the snow. There's something called snow chains. So if you have a delivery somewhere in Snoqualmie, if you live in Washington, you will throw on snow chains and you will drive there. There is no, I can't do it. No, absolutely not. So if you don't like being outdoors, guys, I would highly recommend maybe, going down the college route, getting your bachelor's degree in accounting, engineering, something that's in demand and where you can sit in an office all day where it's constantly 70 degrees. No matter what the weather's like, you're going to be comfortable in a nice office setting. All right, so next, guys, do you like physical labor? Do you like physical activity? Do you like being on your feet? So I hate to break it to you. When you first get your CDL, you will either be over the road, because let me first start off by saying if you want a job like mine where you're just swapping trailers, you're doing pickups and drops, it's not that physically demanding, you have to pay your dues. And every single trucking company is going to want at least 1 year of experience. And unfortunately, the only two options you have when you first get your CDL is either drive over the road. That's where you're, sleeping all the trucks for, a week. Then you come back. You come back home for 2 days, and that Monday you're back out driving coast to coast and sleeping on the trucks. And unfortunately, just like every other industry, when you first start off, it sucks. And let me tell you guys, it's no different than in accounting. When I first started off as an intern, I think I was making like, $45,000 an hour, and my main duty was getting everybody's coffee in the morning, ordering everybody's lunch, the whole team's lunch, picking it up, and just doing, the most boring tasks, matching expenses to invoices all freaking day, ticking and tying numbers, cross documents and making sure the numbers all match up, just boring stuff. And the stuff that nobody wanted to do. And it's no different in the trucking industry. You will either have to start off OTR, over the road, or you can start off at a beverage and food company. The turnover is so high that they are constantly hiring. But let me tell you guys, it is not for the faint of heart. It is literally back-breaking work. When I was at a beverage company, for example, Anheuser-Busch, Columbia, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, you got food companies like US Food, Cisco, and those guys work so hard. If you guys go that route, you get to be home every night, but once again, it is labor intensive, and you will earn every single dollar you make. At those companies, you literally drive, maybe an hour or two a day. Literally, you're outside all day. You have to get the product off your truck and then into the stores. And to get them into the stores, you will be using what's called like a dolly or a hand truck, and you will just be lifting, stacking all day, delivering it, taking it into the location, coming back out, unstacking everything, and you will be doing a lot of physical work. And when I was at a beverage company, I had anywhere from 20 to 30,000 pounds of beverages in my trailer, and it's up to you to get it off. So if you don't like physical labor, once again, you might want to look into going down the college route or getting an easy office job where you're just, relaxed. And it is going to be very physical labor if you go down the beverage and food industry route. All right, guys. So next, in order to be successful at trucking, you have to be good at planning. Because every morning when I start out, I get what's known as your route for the day. It'll list all your locations of where you need to drop off, what you're dropping off, and then in the afternoons, it'll have my pickups. Like, I'm going to this location to pick up. After that, go here, go there. And to be honest with you, dispatch doesn't always route you efficiently. For example, I might have a drop off at location 1, then 2, then 3, then in the afternoon, they'll tell me to go pick up something around location 1. But if I do that, I'm just wasting a bunch of time. I might as well go to location 3 first, then 2, then 1, then do the pickup. And you have to plan because, in some cases, if you don't plan, you're going to be so frustrated because you're going to be driving for over a lot longer than you need to. So you have to be able to plan. And also, you need to, so if I've never been to a location before, if it's someplace that I've never been to, I will literally look up the address in my GPS, and then I'll put it in Google Maps, and I will use Street View, and I will study exactly how to get there, because the last thing you want to do is, if you're in a 53-foot trailer, make the wrong turn and end up somewhere where you can't get out, like in a neighborhood. If you take a 53-foot in a neighborhood If you make a turn, your trailer is going to be hitting people's mailboxes, hitting cars, and that is the last thing you want to do, guys. Being unprepared and just driving blindly, where you don't know the area that where you're going. And this almost happened to me, guys. One time I didn't study the route or the directions, and I didn't know that there was a bridge. And as I was turning, thank God I was paying attention, because as I was turning, I saw a bridge ahead. And thankfully, I continued to go straight. I saw that one and continued to go straight, because had I made that turn, it would have been a nightmare. There would be cars piling behind me. And my trailer is 13 feet 6 inches high, and that bridge was like 11 feet high. And oh man, I don't know if you guys have seen those Swift memes where, a guy not paying attention will literally drive his trailer under a bridge that's way too low, and it'll just wreck the trailer. And had I made that turn, cars would have been lined up behind me. I would have stopped traffic. And, after 5-10 minutes, imagine how many cars would be behind me. And in that situation, I probably would have had to call law enforcement. Guys, I need help. I need an escort to back out. But thankfully that never happened. And if you become a truck driver, you have to plan, guys. This job is extremely stressful, and you want to do as much as you can to lower your stress levels. All right, so we talked about planning. Next, I want to talk about, in general, where are you in life? Is trucking for you? Well, where are you in life right now? If you're in corporate America like I was, I would highly recommend you to, try to work things out first. And what I mean by that is, go talk to your manager or somebody in upper management. Hey guys, I'm currently extremely unsatisfied with what I'm doing. I'm starting to hate what I do. And if you have a good manager and a good working relationship, they'll work with you. They'll say, okay, well, what do you hate about the job? Well, I don't like this, and this. Okay, well, the manager will say, okay, if you don't like that, what do you want to do? Let's cross-train you and take some of those responsibilities away, and maybe you can try different things in the company. So the company that I was at, the Federal Reserve Bank, as well as the Fortune 20 company where I was a corporate accountant, they would pay for your MBA or a bachelor's degree. And a lot of friends that I was working with at the time, they took advantage of that. Some of them got their computer engineering degree and they tried something else. Some got their MBAs and moved into upper management at another department. So why don't you try that out? Why don't maybe go back to school? Because if you're in corporate America and you have a college degree, I know you guys have worked so hard to get there. And, you really need to think about, do you want to throw that away? And for me, I was a corporate accountant for over 15 years, and I knew it was time. So I went down the route. I talked to my manager. I just jumped companies multiple times, and it didn't make any better. And I was just super unhappy and miserable, guys. And I knew it was time for me to find something that I enjoyed. And once again, I love what I do. Truck driving is amazing. All right, so this next, what I want to talk about next, if this is you, disregard everything I said. So where are you in life? If you're somebody that, just didn't take life too seriously, you messed around, you partied too much, you didn't take school seriously, you didn't take life seriously. So right now, you're 30, 35, 40 years old, and now you're working retail, you're a bartender, I'm not trying to talk down onto you, but you're working construction, retail, you're working at, fast food, then I would highly recommend getting your CDL, guys. Truck driving, the first year you can actually make anywhere from $75,000 to $90,000 a year, depending on how hard you want to work. You can actually make very good money once you get your CDL, and the sky's the limit after that. Once you get your hazmat endorsements, all tanker doubles and triples, you can make well over six figures. And I'll talk about this last, but you can start your own business and become your owner operator. But I'll talk about that later. But once going back to, if you're messed up in life, I would highly look into getting your CDL. You will always be needed. Transportation, logistics touches every industry in America. Drivers will always be in demand, and it will open so many doors for you guys. And I'll remember this one comment where this guy was talking about, he commented how a CDL changed his life. He was about to be homeless. He was down to his last $20, and a lot of these mega carriers, they'll actually pay for your CDL, guys, but you have to drive for them for a year. And what do you got to lose when you're about to be homeless? At least when you drive, you have a job, you're getting paid, you get to sleep on the trucks, so you don't have to pay rent. And this guy let me know how he did that for a few years, and he just saved and saved and saved, and now he owns his own place. So if that's you, if you're working at a dead-end job, I would highly look into becoming a truck driver. And the last thing, what is most important to me, why I became a truck driver, is because I went down the corporate route for a very long time. I worked as an accountant for over 15 years, and I truly want to be my own boss one day. And truck driving allows you that opportunity. My goal, we were talking about New Year's resolutions earlier in the beginning of the video, but my goal this year is to possibly buy my own truck. Right now I'm still new. I'm learning the ins and outs, and I'm studying very hard and learning about the transportation industry. And I've talked to so many people. As a truck driver, you're going to meet so many other drivers just waiting around, being loaded, unloaded at different warehouses. And I've met so many owner and operators who, some will say, hey, it's not worth it. And then some, the go-getters, the ones that love trucking, that you can tell when they talk about trucking, they're passionate. And when I talk to those guys, they're like, awesome. I own 3 trucks right now, and I'm bringing in $15,000 a month. But if you want to be your own, of course, every business that you start, there's going to be risks. You want to be smart. You want to build a good business model. You want to study the faults of, you want to study the mistakes other people made, so you don't make those mistakes. And you want to take your time, and you want to identify all the problems that could happen, have a solution. And as an accountant, I've studied over hundreds, not even thousands, of financial statements. And the number one reason why a lot of companies go under is because they take on so much debt, guys. You don't want to take on debt and, take on too much. You want to save and work and make sacrifices and save money and buy your truck with cash. So you have no auto payment with 10% interest. That's when you over leverage. That is that's the biggest reason why a lot of companies don't make it. And the one thing that I learned after talking to 5, 6, 7 owner operators is start small. Start off with the box truck. Don't take on too much debt. Save. And one of the guys I look up to most is the guy that owns my trucking company, the company that I work for. Such an inspiration, so much knowledge, and you need to talk to experienced drivers who have successful businesses. Iron sharpens iron, guys. And I love talking to the person that owns the company that I work for. He started off with one box truck, 26-foot box truck, and he grew and grew it to a business with over 60 semi trucks operating in 3 different states, pulling in 7 figures, guys. And that's what I want to do. That's my goal. And truck driving, or any other trade, plumbing, electrician, you have the opportunity, once you learn the business, to open up your own business one day. And that's my dream. I will never ever work in corporate America again. Hey, Daniel, give me this report by 2 p.m. I need a root cause analysis why research and development costs have gone up 500% in the last 2 years. Can you find out the cause for me? Put a report together on that. Can you put it together, P&L for next week's meeting? I will never do work for a company and do that type of meaningless work ever again. So so please think very hard before just jumping into becoming a truck driver. But I hope if it's for you, I wish you guys the best, guys. And lastly, I want to say truck driving school is not easy, guys. Is not easy. I remember I started off with in a class with 24 students. And I remember within the first week, over 5 students who were like, they got in the driver's seat and they realized how big and how difficult it is to maneuver one of these trucks. I remember they were like, nope, this is not for me, and they quit. And it is not easy, but if you want to be a truck driver, please don't give up, guys. It just takes a lot of practice. I'll be honest with you. All right? I hate to admit it, but I'll be honest with you. I failed 3 times. I failed backing 3 times. But you know what? I wanted to give up, but I didn't. And, it opened this door for me, and I will be an owner-operator one day. And, I have a lot of goals, and I know you guys do too. So all you guys that decide that trucking's for you guys, man, best of luck to you. Let me know what types of videos you guys want me to make so that I can help you guys out. I love helping people, guys. And, another goal of mine is to make a lot of YouTube videos. I could care less if I get tons of subscribers. My goal is if my video helps one person out there, I've succeeded, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. So once again, guys, Happy New Year's. Let's make it happen this year, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe, and shout out to all my truckers out there living that DEF life, man. Wish you guys the best, and thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.